Hey, welcome to Mile High Tarot, where real lies. Today we're doing water, so let's get started. Coming into the message, it's about a tower moment and a burden, spiritual burden, that is being moved out of the way. Go ahead and lay the cards out. I like to lay the cards out so I can kind of look at them and kind of read it like a movie. I hope everybody is doing great. You know, at some point we've got to look at everything for what it is. Look at our health. Appreciate the things that we do have. Things that we all have complained about at one time or another, or being that the fact of I don't have enough time to spend with my family. I don't have enough time to do these things at home. Now you do. But in this message, for water, it's about a tower moment, about some burdens, things that you may or may not be clear on about certain things. Maybe you have an issue with maybe moving or traveling somewhere. There's a burden. But there are certain things at home that it looks like it does seem like this person might want to move. It may be a divine feminine, but this could be anyone at this point. The ancestors are speaking right now. About this move. That you might feel cloudy on or confused on. It might be a spiritual move, spiritual burden. Could be that the fact that maybe you're needing to find a home. Changing. Everything has changed, is what I'm hearing. But the things that you're confused on, these are things that are of a loss that you feel, that you're confused on. Whether it be from cheating, or some sort of a loss in networking, or someone being in a relationship with being a cheater. But there's some lies and deceit and betrayal that's causing such this ill feeling. Also, it could also be because of a baby or children or things that might have been planted. And the message in the gift of this. The message about this ill feeling, about cutting away this gift. But the sun is being shined down on this reaping and sowing. I'm sorry if you hear anything in the background. That's my little girl back there in the back. But this ill feeling that someone might feel about this seed that was planted. They knew. They might have talked about it. They might have even manifested it. But this child that they recognized when they were conceiving it, they recognize also their children. Like they don't feel very well about this pregnancy, or they don't feel very well about the things that they planted. But currently right now they're at this crossroads, and it definitely is this authoritative mother. Can't see that, I'm sorry. But there is authoritative mother that's there at this crossroads, and that the fact that when in her heart she knows that this is an obstacle for her. She does know, it's keyed information. She does know that it is a gift, and she recognizes that the fact that, like, I knew it. It's a lucky thing, but it's a tower moment for me. It's a tower moment. And I'm saying me in generality. But once this navigation, once they found out, the stork comes in. And once this divine feminine found out that they were pregnant, they communicated this. They did try to communicate this, whether through, internet, gossip. They were trying to find and research different things on their soul path, but they also were communicating with this divine masculine that they had been feeling that they were loyal to, even within company. This goddess recognizes, the people, place, or thing, but she also and or both are very slick. Okay, they're both kind of they both try to work, but they're both manipulative. And during this separation, being that this tower moment, there's a tower moment, and there's this person that's in jail and or an authoritative figure that is dealing with the government, but they're trying to be slick, and they're trying to be devious and manipulate out of the situation, maybe out of jail, out of probation, but they are dealing with a lot of manipulation within themselves, even in their heart, but they are at a crossroads as well. But all the socializing and the networking that have been going on, and partying and meeting up, whatever he's been doing, or any one of the divines have been doing, there's been cheating that's going on. But there's also been a loss. It also could mean that the fact of somebody getting a job and or not, or getting a job before someone else. Getting something that they thought that they should have gotten when they should have gotten it, when they didn't get it. It was never meant for them. But this obstacle that's known in the heart There's a lot of skeletons in the closet, but there's also the fact that there's some key information, just knowing what you've done. There's secrets and knowledge at that crossroad. Accept the parts that you've played in them. Stop pointing the finger at each other. Accept the parts that you've played. Forgive the person. Forgive yourself. And move on. So that you might be able to put that spiritual banking within your storehouse. But this communicating and this networking and the cheating that's going on, the star comes in, which is the stork at this point, which is being delivered the information of saying, hey, got a baby on the way, and or check it out. The things that you have reaped and sown is about harvesting, reaping and sowing. And for those of us in Generation X, those of us that do know that reaping and sowing is for real. But these loyal people of the people, place, or things that you thought were loyal, this divine feminine, she was loyal to the commitment of doing whatever contract that they had. It could have been, maybe they were engaged, maybe they were married at some point, or, maybe this could be just two people who have just kids with each other. But you might have been hopeful, but everything became like at a standstill at some point, because once you recognize that this, you took a look at your children, you look at the point of point A to point B of C, or where you're at. But all the secrets and the knowledge that you knew were there. Both of you. Divine feminine and divine masculine. You both knew that the fact of you're both were cheating, meeting, everybody felt a loss. But right now, the Creator, the God, is telling, and the divine masculine is also showing and telling that the divine masculine is a snake. He's a betrayer, traitor. This divine feminine is a little older. They may make a little money. They may have a little bit of money. But the things that were planted from reaping and sowing stopped at some point. It stopped at some point. Even though they both were still hopeful and they both were kind of anchored in some way where, they might have been supportive, but it wasn't going anywhere. It's just at a standstill. And so the obstacles that was planted, all those skeletons that was in the closet behind all those secrets at this crossroads now, even though there's some things there's this older woman, older man, they begat a gift, which was this baby now. And there's a commitment it was just like a contract. It was definitely a contract, because I've been doing nothing but contractual readings. It's about the gift of contracts, opening the gift of contracts. But this divine masculine, even though he's been lying and being deceitful, he's confused. He's burdened by his own internal space, spiritually as well. He has some issues about moving as well. But he also recognizes, he or she knows what they do. And I'm sorry, I apologize if you hear that. That is the heat. It's snowing outside. But this divine feminine, that's an older woman, is committed, and they're still hopeful, but they're still at a standstill. But they're committed, and they've already had this contract, because they already have these. Maybe they already had these previous children, and or maybe this is a new person with a new child. But they are resourceful. They may, could be a potential gift to a relationship, to someone. But to me, this card generally stands for potential. But when you address potential, I address potential, and a potential what? A potential screw up, a potential mate, a potential lover, a potential friend. Which one? But being that this harvest has come as far as the reaping and sowing, this sly fox is now in jail, and or someone is still trying to be slick. But even though the light has been shined down on this completion, there's ill will and this ill feeling, intent that you're creating this self-sabotaging energy for yourself. Behind planting certain seeds. But this obstacle that that's within your heart, it's key information that something is going to reveal itself, that this is a tower moment for you, period. Can't do it. I was hopeful about this person, and I'm hopeful about my children, and I recognize he or she for what it is. But it was God answering, taking this sly, manipulative fox and putting this person in jail. Or created a separation. Because it was behind secrets and lies. Too much secrets and lies going on, because there's the arc. There's too much secrets and lies and cheating going on. So the obstacle, these things that was keyed information with these loyal people that had this contract, once the it's a lucky tower there moment, actually, because it's time to stop. Too much cheating, period. Creator says no more cheating. No more loss. No more feeling worried. But this goddess that was out in this community of these loyal people, that's shining this light down on this reaping and sowing, delivering this communication about a child, about this ill feeling behind some lies and deceit and betrayal with this divine masculine. But this writer here that's communicating, that's actually maybe gossiping with other people, maybe talking about it, or trying to gain information, looking through, maybe even looking through his phone. I don't know where that came from. Stop playing, you know that's true. Okay, got it. I understand. But this navigation that was going on throughout this whole relationship and throughout this whole message, realize that it's this divine feminine who definitely is an authoritative type of a woman and has children, and she's overprotective, but she is also recognizing at the crossroads this slide manipulative type of movements that are happening, especially with this little slide devil going to jail. And it's number 14, so 4 and 1 is 5. So it's about change and the mirrored effect of the creator. Everything must change. Nothing stays the same. Always stay evolving. Okay? But it is about this message that's talking about this gift, that's talking about wanting to cut away from some of the things that don't serve you, or you feel that might be a tower moment for you. But you do need to recognize certain things that are an obstacle. And if you try to continue to go up against the grain of things, you can't. It won't work for you. You're going up against cosmic law. Okay, but on that note, I'm going to close out for water. If anything here resonates, please do come back. Do not try to make it fit if it does not. If it doesn't fit, don't force it. Just relax and let it go. Okay, so like, share, subscribe. You know, share this if there's something that you might think that someone might be able to utilize from this, and come on back and hit that notification bell for when I do come in. And you know, like I said, I work in the community. I am an activist, so there's times that I can't do a lot of the videos because I'm working in the community. But I do appreciate you and thank you for joining in today with Mile High Tarot.